They predict AI will be smarter than the average human in the next 3 years. You'll either be managing a team of agents or you're redundant. Hearing this narrative that AI will replace us all the time is tiring. As a tech professional who uses AI daily, even I feel the AI hype fatigue. But tired or not, it's showing up in the form of expanded scope, unreasonable demands, and at worst, layoffs. My hot take is AI won't delete you, but your reaction to AI might. Most people fall into one of two AI traps. Either they're so over the noise, they've given up on AI entirely, or they're so hyped, they've stopped thinking for themselves. Both paths lead to the same vulnerable place. In this video, I'll walk you through a third option, a protocol to help you quell the AI anxiety and future-proof you in this AI era. There is no getting around it. AI-induced layoffs are rampant. So far in 2026, we've seen 123K job cuts in the tech sector. That's up 66% from last year in the same period. And AI is the leading reason for it. I personally know at least a dozen hardworking, talented, and loyal tech friends tossed into this narrow job market. Human payroll is being gutted to fund expensive NVIDIA chips and tokens. And it's not slowing down. The Deloitte State of AI report claims 74% of surveyed companies plan to deploy AI agents within the next 2 years. These displacement narratives don't feel like predictions anymore. People are feeling frustrated, deeply anxious, and fatigued, and rightly so. Last year, I felt an unease at work like nothing I've ever experienced, like walls were closing in on me on all sides. Wall 1, the wave of layoffs started, and with every new round of cuts, my anxiety grew. I'm still wondering when my time's up, to be honest. Wall 2, everyone's scope instantly inflated, with the promise that AI would help us close the gap. And Wall 3, leadership demanded we become AI natives overnight. Despite AI proficiency having this real learning curve that requires time and effort, all while working longer hours because of the expanded work we just absorbed. And Wall 4, the most ironic one. Every time we use AI at work, we were feeding it, training it to replace us. Does that resonate with you? We're all feeling the pressure, this vague sense that something is different this time. And that's because it is. Think about the major tech shifts we've lived through, the internet, mobile, cloud. Every one of those was created with humans in mind. They gave us new capabilities to play with. AI wasn't built to give us new tools. It's the first technology built with the intent to have the mind of a human. And that's not a hyperbole. That is the literal goal. The term artificial general intelligence, AGI, exists specifically to mark the moment AI reaches the level of human intelligence. In fact, Google DeepMind published this 5-level ontology for measuring progress to AI. And here's the part that feels so personal. The unit of measurement, us. And beyond that, there's what theorists call singularity. In mathematics, singularity is where a number blows up to infinity. In tech, it's the prophesized inflection point where AI starts recursively improving itself, and its self-improvement loop compounds exponentially, and our ability to predict what happens next with AI breaks down completely. There is no telling what AI will come up with. Look, every other technology we've ever built was measured by what it could do for us. This is the first one measured by how much of us it can become. And that's why this feels so different and oddly threatening. So how are people responding to this existential threat? From what I've seen, we tend to fall into one of 3 camps. Camp 1, AI hype fatigue. You've heard the AI pitch so many times, you've mentally checked out. Maybe you're inundated with an influx of AI trends and tools, but you're not sure where to start. You'll figure it out later, maybe. Or you don't buy into the AI hype at all, and you refuse to use AI to do something you can clearly do better yourself. You quietly decided this isn't for you. Camp 2, naive fanaticism. You've bought into the AI future so much, you started outsourcing your thinking to it. Every task gets a prompt, every decision runs through an agent. You're moving fast, but you're diluting your human contribution. Both camps look completely different on the surface, but underneath, they're driven by the same thing, an anxiety about a future they can't predict. Camp 1 isn't lazy, they're overwhelmed or disillusioned. Some look at how fast AI is moving and thought, I can't keep up with this. Others tried it and thought, this is worse than what I can already do, so why bother? And Camp 2 isn't thoughtless. They're anxious too. They just cope by sprinting. They throw AI at everything because doing something makes them feel like they aren't left behind in the AI era. When the future feels uncertain, our brain does one of two things. It either shuts down or scrambles. One freezes, one overcorrects. Both just survival responses to the same root fear. Think about it. In every horror movie, what is the most anxiety-inducing part? It's not the monster. It's the hallway before the monster, the darkness, the not knowing. And that's what AI feels like to a lot of us right now. This massive black box that's reshaping everything, and you can't see the edges of it. But there's Camp 3, and it starts with doing the one thing that kills fear in every horror movie. You turn the lights on. You ignore both the AI hype squad and the AI doomsayers. You look objectively at what AI is actually doing. You study the real trends, not the LinkedIn hot takes. You figure out what's in your control and what isn't. Then you make a plan for the part that is. One of my favorite quotes is, "A problem well stated is a problem half solved." So in that spirit, let's start with an accurate assessment of the problem to figure out what is actually happening with AI. These same questions are on everyone's mind. Will AI replace us? Am I expected to do double the work now? What skills do I need to stay relevant? While I can't crystal ball this for you, it's worthwhile to peek around the corner. So for the next few minutes, we're gonna moonlight as a clairvoyant. And my favorite way to play Guess the Future is to use a game theory style planning tool called the Critical Uncertainty Matrix. It's a fancy name for a 2x2 scenario grid where you explore plausible futures. We'll objectively plot two significant but independent uncertainties on each axis. Each end of the spectrum represents a tension from the other. It will then create 4 distinct scenario quadrants. We'll then transport ourselves into alternate futures to simulate what might happen, and we'll do our best to set aside our biases and construct a resilient strategy for it. While there are a lot of different ways we can take this, I've chosen 2 axes that'll be relevant for our careers, especially if you're in tech or tech adjacent. The axes are work execution on the x-axis. On the left side, we have augmentation. That's where we have co-piloting with tools. On the right side, we have autonomy, and that's where we have end-to-end autonomous agents. The question is the human the engine, or is AI the engine? For the y-axis, we have expansion. That's new innovations and opportunities versus optimization and efficiencies. The question is, will more opportunities be created that offset the displacements, or will each person be expected to do more with less? Augmentation or autonomy. The question is, does the AI tool make me better, or does it replace me? On the right-hand side, we have augmentation, and this is where optimists see a golden age, where work changes for the better. Codified tasks get automated, which frees us to focus on strategic thinking. In this future, AI democratizes expertise by synthesizing knowledge for all. It makes learning accessible, and it closes the gap between the novice and the expert. The key questions become, how do I master these tools? How do I up-level my skill and complement them with AI? On the left-hand side is autonomy, and this is where pessimists see a cliff and work is displaced. AI outpaces our ability to learn and adapt. AI becomes so smart that they replace even higher level thinking like contextual reasoning, adaptive problem solving, and strategic judgment. Displacements here hit faster than new jobs appear. So the key question becomes, what value can I bring when agents are so deep and versatile? On the y-axis is expansion versus efficiency. The question is the industry inventing a new future, or is it surviving the present? At the top, we have expansion. One theory is that AI creates more opportunities than it replaces. The Jevons paradox suggests that when something becomes cheaper or more efficient, our overall demand for it doesn't actually drop, it skyrockets. Take translations, for example. AI can handle raw translations instantly at a fraction of the cost. But instead of firing all the translators, smart companies will use those savings to localize 10 times more content. They'll transition their human translators into editors-in-chief to oversee the quality. In other words, AI doesn't erase jobs. It shifts the playing field, giving rise to entirely new industries, roles, and workflows that offset the displacement. The question becomes, what are the opportunities emerging with the AI shift? At the bottom, we have efficiency. In this scenario, companies over-index on cost reduction and optimizing. So they end up reducing employees while asking the survivors to fill the gap with AI. If a company used to use 10 customer service agents, they now use 2 paired with AI to handle the same volume. The question becomes, how do I make myself indispensable when companies are actively trying to downsize? So with these axes in mind, what do we speculate the 4 features to be? Quadrant number 1, the efficiency engine. This is augmentation plus optimization. The theme here is raw productivity and operational efficiency. The characteristics is not thinking too outside the box, but doing similar work but more efficiently with better tools. A real-life example is an accountant who uses AI to cross-reference dozens of bank statements against tax receipts, completing an entire monthly audit in the time it took normally to manually reconcile 2 accounts. The implications here are fewer middle management and junior roles, since the remaining workers can handle a bigger workload. Quadrant number 2 is the pioneer's playground. This is augmentation plus expansion. The theme here is the most optimistic one by far. We unlock new capabilities and markets by giving us AI superpowers. The characteristics here are we are empowered with AI. We're liberated to explore, experiment, and build things that were previously either too expensive, complex, or time-consuming to attempt. A real-life example might be one developer using Claude or anti-gravity to ship a SaaS product in a fraction of the time and money it normally takes. Or a lone medical researcher uses AI modeling to test thousands of hypotheses that previously required a massive laboratory infrastructure. The implications are the opportunities and innovations are high and wide, and you're equipped to take advantage of it. The manage machine, autonomy plus optimization. The theme here is it removes the human element from workflows. The characteristics are that systems are handed over to autonomous agents. Humans step away from daily operations, but we become glorified QA agents with roles to oversee the bots. Agents here are the Temu version of us, but one that gets the job done. Work implications here are that leadership deploys endless agents to be our IT, customer service, and accounting departments and beyond. The agents talk to one another, and we step in when the agents make a mistake. Last but not least, we have the singularity society, and this is where autonomy meets expansion. This is by far the most unlikely but disruptive feature of the 4. This is where autonomous agents invent entirely new economic ecosystems. AI agents don't just do back office work, they create new products and spin up new enterprises on their own. There are actually real-life tests where people are using agents to run boutique businesses. The tests haven't been successful yet, but you can imagine what it will look like if it was. There's truly no telling what would happen, but some speculations are that AI agents will autonomously trade digital assets or spin up custom code to run businesses without us. It's deeply unpredictable with no ceiling. The work implications here are that humans transition into roles of orchestrators and governance directors. While you would think the next step is to make a unique strategy for all 4 quadrants, it's actually a common pitfall, one where you still haven't set a clear direction. Instead, we'll craft one overarching strategy that's resilient across all features. In this next section, we'll explore the skill sets and common threads that you should index on to stay relevant in any feature. While this will vary across 4 quadrants, these are elements that I'm personally investing in to future-proof myself, and I hope it helps you too. Based on the 4 features, let's start with a scale of skills that may be displaced or heavily reshaped in the AI era. Tier 1, codified and formulaic tasks. Tier 2, pattern recognition and synthesis. Tier 3, contextual reasoning and multi-step logic. Tier 4, adaptive problem solving and unpredictable environments. Tier 5, strategic judgment, empathy, and accountability. In my humble opinion, I believe most industries will heavily displace Tier 1 and 2 and augment Tiers 2 and 3 in the next few years. That means our strategy will have to index on the safest or lowest tiers, which are 3, 4, and 5. Introducing the Pokedex Protocol to do just that. In Pokemon, the Pokedex is a tool. Nothing more, nothing less. It identifies creatures, classifies types, and surfaces data. It's useful, but not enough to win battles alone. The trainer is in charge. The trainer reads the field, makes judgment calls, and builds relationships with the Pokemon. That's how I'd like you to view your relationship to AI. AI is your Pokedex, but you are the trainer. The Pokedex Protocol consists of 3 protocols that will turn you into a trainer with the chops to survive any Pokemon region. Just a quick caveat, if you're not a Pokemon fan, you'll still catch the concept, and I hope you know I'm certainly not trying to make light of the challenges with AI, but the Pokemon analogy is just meant to be a wrapper to help the learning stick. And so with that, we jump into Protocol 1, the Type Matchup Protocol. While your Pokedex can classify a Pokemon as a water type, you decide whether to send in your grass type or electric type. That means as the trainer, you are responsible for your battle strategy. Too many people open up ChatGPT with a blank mind and a vague prompt and accept whatever comes back at face value. That's not collaboration, that's outsourcing your thinking, and your point of view will reflect it. It comes out generic and surface level. The problem isn't that AI gives you bad answers, though sometimes it does. It's that you stop forming your own opinion before you asked. While AI can synthesize information for you, it can't be the judge of what's true. It can't weigh relevance against your context and goals, and it can't tell you what matters. So what do you do instead? The move is to think first and prompt second. Before you prompt, ask yourself, what do I think the answer is? Then bring AI in, not to think for you, but to stress test your reasoning. Ask it to challenge your assumptions, compare viewpoints, and explain trade-offs. And once you're thinking clearly, use AI to learn faster. Simplify hard concepts, quiz yourself, and get the same idea explained in 3 different ways until it clicks. AI turns information into summaries. Only you turn summaries into sound decisions. The moment you stop planning your battle, you hand in your trainer badge to the Pokedex. While Protocol 1 helps you think clearly, Protocol 2 will help you multiply your impact, which is arguably more important. Protocol 2, the Friendship Evolution Protocol. In Pokemon, you get this weird advantage when you build a Pokemon's friendship level, like combat perks. Giving up some efficiency for connection will be more important than ever in the AI era. And look, while you would think this is intuitive, this toxic productivity meme perfectly encapsulates the state of AI tech bro culture. And that's what we're up against in this AI era. We're optimizing the human out of everything. Instead, here are 3 human elements AI can't replicate. Empathy, a deep understanding of people nuance and emotion. Only you can decipher answers to questions like, what builds a genuine connection with someone? Number 2, taste. When AI can generate 50 outputs, it's up to your artistic taste to know what good looks like and choose the right ones. You can answer questions like what feels generic, derivative, or even discriminatory versus what feels authentic, resonant, and meaningful. Number 3, creativity. The internet is flooded with an infinite supply of good enough synthetic content, but you have distinct stories, takes, and ideas that will cut through the noise. It's one of those things where it feels like it doesn't need to be said, but protecting these elements of yourself is the ultimate countermeasure to AI slop. The first 2 protocols set a strong foundation in the AI era, but this last protocol ties it all together. Protocol number 3, the Gym Leader Protocol. Here's the nuance most people miss. AI is deep, but narrow. AI has 2 dimensions, narrow and general. In other words, depth and breadth. In a few short years, AI has leapt from human to superhuman level, but only at clearly scoped tasks in specific domains such as chess, translations, and even protein folding. To compete with AI on specific topics like math is generally a losing proposition. Though when homies like this beat out AI, we all root for them. However, the breadth of skills needed to run a business operation is multifaceted and complex. It's an area where AI is not yet up to snuff, and that's where you have the edge. In the past, we can get away with being just a specialized trainer. Today, we need to think broader like a gym leader. A gym leader doesn't just battle, they run the whole operation. That means in the AI era, executive functioning is critical. It's the ability to take something from 0 to 100, to bring a project into fruition from scratch. It sounds counterintuitive, but it means being a generalist is more important than ever. And maybe that does look like managing well-curated and actually helpful agents. While we don't want to over-index on AI or agents, we'd be silly not to acknowledge some of the helpful use cases. The mandate is to be a person that sees what needs to happen, builds the plan, and follows it through until the end. How that's accomplished is up to you. Think like an executive, broaden your mental ownership beyond your current scope, and you'll immediately expand your value. The future is moving faster than we can plan for, and no one handed us a map. Some roles will disappear, some will transform, and some will emerge. Some opportunities will surface, while some roles will become more demanding, all at the same time. It's not a clean story, but it's a balanced one. This protocol is a blueprint to future-proof you in this AI era, but making time for it in our busy schedules is difficult. So if you want practical advice on how to set and achieve your goals in the AI era, check out this video.